I just got sent like a bunch of Tupac acapellas and went crazy with them. It's like whatever I could salvage out of anything, I just did, you know, just banged out a bunch of tracks. So,
but still I'm having memories of high speeds when the cops crash. West side till we die.
After Tupac's death, Eminem reached out to Afeni Shakur, Tupac's mother, offering to produce a posthumous album. She agreed and sent Eminem a collection of Tupac's unreleased a cappella vocals.
I wrote Afeni a note and drew a picture. She understood I was such a huge Tupac fan. And she's like the sweetest lady ever, man. She was just like, do what you feel. And they gave me all his acapellas. That was one of the funnest times of my life.
M crafted new beats around them, resulting in the 2004 album, Loyal to the Game. He used his signature style and even altered Tupac's vocal pitch and phrasing to fit his vision. He also contributed to the Tupac Resurrection soundtrack in 2003, producing 2 tracks, including the standout single Runnin', Dying to Live, featuring the notorious B.I.G.
I just got sent like a bunch of Tupac acapellas and went crazy with them. It's like whatever I could salvage out of anything, I just did, you know, just banged out a bunch of tracks. So there's one with Tupac and Biggie. And what I tried to do with it was just take it and make it, you know, I know the movie is documentary style, so I tried to make the song documentary style. As he's singing the chorus, you'll hear Tupac coming in. Basically, it was his last interview that he did, and he was talking, you know, down talking Biggie.
While I'm in jail, strangers is telling me, yo, you don't know? Biggie homeboy shot you. Cause they bragging, they telling is in jail. Yo, we just got popped. That's why what I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. I'm destroying them.
Then Biggie will come in.
Check it. I grew up before screw up. Got introduced to the game, got an ounce of.
And then after Biggie's verse, you hear Biggie trying to downplay the whole thing. Then Tupac comes in with his verse.
Memories of high speeds when the cops crash. As I laugh, pushing the gas when my clocks blast.
It's kind of like they're just talking about each other and the whole drama that was going on. And basically what I was trying to do with it was make people realize, take them back to that time, you know, 95, and take them back to that time when that beef was happening and make them realize like how ridiculous the beef was in the first place. You know, that it ever came to that level.
Eminem and Tupac are often compared for their emotional depth, lyrical power, and influence on hip-hop. Tupac was political and poetic, while Eminem focused on technical skill and personal struggles. Both were controversial. Tupac for his activism and bold views, Eminem for his explicit, provocative content.
If you listen to a Tupac record, you might hear Tupac contradict himself a lot. He might have anti-violence lyrics in one song to say, keep your head up, and talk about sticking up for women. And then in the next song, he might be saying, you know what I mean? So if you listen to a Tupac record, you'll hear the different emotions and expressions and moods he was going through. There is any way that me and him connected was just being able to take what's going on in our lives and be able to put it in words. And I think that's one great thing that Tupac did, was he set a standard. Like, the average fan who's listening to music is like, if you don't make me care about your life, I'm not going to care about you. So that's what you have to do, is make them feel like there may be something that you're going through, and that person is going through the same thing. I've gotten comparisons to Tupac, but I kind of counter it by just saying, you know, there was only one Tupac.
Tupac and 50 Cent never worked together directly, but the Realist Killaz was made during the Tupac Resurrection era by pairing an unreleased Tupac verse with a new one from 50 Cent. Released posthumously, the track blends their hard-hitting styles and connects 2 generations of gangsta rap.
I did a joint called Realist Killaz.
You ain't Tupac, this Tupac. Money, you women, the funny beginnings, tragic endings like West Side.
It was me and Tupac. I took a Tupac vocals. Actually, producer Red Spider had produced the track around the vocals because we had the instrumental. The production that was on the track, you know, is a little dated because Pac had recorded it, you know, so long ago that we redid the production, and it was like, it was exciting. Like, I enjoy that record more than I enjoy some of my solo records because I got a chance to work with him. Tupac is the largest selling rap artist, you know, and I think that's because of his consistency and his work ethic. You know, there's still new albums that haven't been fully, you know, released on his music. There's new music to come like that. It's not even over yet.
Where were you in your career when Tupac died?
Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere.
I heard that Tupac died. I was cooking in a restaurant.
And tickets were piling up and shit. I'm like, I don't care. Fire me.
It was a sports bar, so there was a big TV screen, and we all just kind of watched it, just like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, man, that was devastating. It's just like, oh my God. Tupac was the first rapper to me that could make you cry. Like I felt him that much. And, you know, me not knowing my dad and shit was going on with my mom and the whole shit, like, it was just like, oh my God, that's me, you know? He was like 1 year older than me. You know, he was only 25 years old.
Eminem has repeatedly expressed deep admiration for Tupac Shakur, and he considers him one of the greatest rappers ever. Eminem has said that what made Tupac stand out was his ability to convey raw emotion in his music. Tupac didn't just rap well, he felt every word, and listeners could feel it too. Whether it was anger, pain, love, or hope, Tupac's delivery was deeply human and passionate.
Okay, this next song is from an artist that I feel like might be the greatest songwriter of all time. Debate what you want about MC skills and all that, because he had that too. But this is one of them songs by Tupac that, to me, was like, he was showing you, like, I can write heartfelt shit and I can write lyrical, crazy shit too. They say putting in papers, poetry, power, and pistols, plotting on murdering mother before they get you. Like, the play on the P words and all that shit, and like how he was doing it was so crazy, mixed with the feel that Tupac could give you, which is constantly why I feel like he was always saying, can you feel me? Because you felt Pac. You can't just listen to Pac, you would feel Pac. If you listen to him, you're gonna feel him.
One of the things I learned from Tupac was whenever he was like, I don't know how he just always knew the right words to say on the right chords. And it was almost like if he wanted to make this statement, I remember when he said, my broken down TV show cartoons in my living room. Hey, on Unconditional Love, a song he had. I was like, oh my God, he could have said that on the bar before it and it wouldn't have meant as much. But he said it right here where the chord got sad and the, you know, like I studied that so much and was like, oh my God, he was so genius at like doing that. It was like he never said the wrong thing on the wrong chord. Listen to Dear Mama. Every single thing, every single thought, every single word, every bar was like so in place where it should be, just because of he was so smart about picking his beats and just, you know, like Tupac always said, feel me, and you have to feel him and not just hear him.
The soundtrack album for the Tupac documentary Resurrection sold over 420,000 copies in its first week, debuting at number 2 on the Billboard 200 chart. It eventually sold over 1.6 million copies in the United States and achieved platinum status. Tupac's Loyal to the Game debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling over 330,000 copies in its first week. The album achieved platinum certification in the United States, with over 1 million copies sold, making both albums highly successful. However, not everyone agreed. Suge Knight and Benzino were notably critical of Eminem's production on the posthumous Tupac albums.
There was only one Tupac project that ever flopped before, and that's the one Eminem did.
I think the Tupac that he did with Pac was horrible.
I mean, even though we was going through our drama, I would never wish death on nobody, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't no coming back from that.
West side till we die.